On today's episode, we take an impromptu tour of one of the coolest step-up vans that I've seen. We get some free tea from a guy in a van, and we go behind the scenes as a cameraman to help Hobotech with a live stream. Though I was probably more of a hindrance than anything. Alright, so it's morning, and we're gonna go take a stroll around the van town. There's a lot of cool rigs around here, and what I like is that there's a lot of people working on their own builds. It's helpful too because there's a lot of willing assistants and tools all just floating around. People want to help. So, like you heard a few seconds ago, we're going to take a look inside one of these bad boys. Though I wasn't intending to do a video of it, so the camera setup leaves a little bit to be desired. I started recording halfway through the tour. This is Gabriel's step-up van. It's probably one of the coolest I've seen. Gabriel's a handyman by trade who travels around picking up different gigs.
How's it going, Hobotech?
Hey, yeah.
Hobotech.
Oh, I'm just so famous.
I did a 3D blueprint. So, and it's right here, and I keep it for my memories of how I started doing it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what's your gas mileage?
10.
10?
Yeah. 10, yeah, that's not bad.
This is how it started.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's in a scale of my dimensions.
So
awesome.
I did mine on paper. Yours is fully 3D. This is awesome.
And I have it, like, when I did it, I have all my boxes, you know, my little, where my cabinet's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like a small little, the same material, right? But that's gonna destroy on the way. This is what part of my bed as well, like my first tempting for do the bed.
Wow.
And materials to buy.
That's a good drawing too.
Yeah,
that's way better than mine.
Detailing.
You probably used a ruler too, I think.
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
No, you have to, because you know, like otherwise I can't really do it. Awesome. The thing it is, when you're dealing with snow that is on the way, and you say, well, I know they're gonna get hit by snow.
Oh,
I need to do this before. I don't have much time, so I need to write something so I can put it in really like in practice, so I can practice it. So and I did it. That's the only way.
I love the cab too. I think this is just fantastic.
I think it's a special.
I mean, you've got like the pillows and stuff up here, and then I think it's the smartest idea with like the dog bed.
I love it.
It's so cool.
And it driving, I mean, it's a beautiful space. Come out really nice.
And the hula girl.
The hula girl.
I like the hula girl.
Yeah.
Wow. Gabriel was telling me that he picks up a stone from each place he travels to and then imprints it on the bottom of a shower to make it look like a beautiful stone shower. And that's real tile and everything in this van shower. It's very impressive. Another awesome thing is this LED light up map that marks all the places where he's traveled and stayed. This is definitely one cool countertop, and it's under glass so you can work on it and everything. And it looks like he's got the power supply and all the electrical things down here. Let's keep looking around. Over here, this whole wall pulls down and turns into a full-size bed. Now that's awfully convenient for when entertaining guests. Scott and Gabriel started talking about attaching solar panels to the roof with tape. Let's chime in for a bit. I'm a little bit of an expert on that.
Okay.
Whatever.
No, I thought he was talking about something else. No, I don't have a panels yet.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought he was talking about the insulation, the tape.
Oh,
I go with tape too.
I put my solar panels on with Gorilla Tape.
And that's it.
Yeah. Also, you can get industrial strength Velcro. It seals so well.
Really?
In fact, I put on too much when I tried to remove the panels.
You can.
It was way too hard.
Yeah, but I'm gonna put. Okay, but okay. Well, that's what I need to order. I need to get it done. But the guy told me, the solar guy said, "Oh yeah, just get this 3M whatever."
Yeah.
Go on to Amazon. There's two different choices of the 3M. There's like a 5923 or something else. So I don't know.
Maybe
don't know,
YouTube
yeah.
to see why it's that, because definitely it's probably about the glue in it. That's for sure.
Could be, yeah.
Can be the one that you have and you can't remove it anymore.
So you're from Colorado, so you will get the snow and stuff too, right? Like, yeah, so the weather will definitely do it. I'd see what's most weatherproofed, you know, because that'll be an issue.
Well, I'm not always, but yeah, I mean, it's my home base, but I'm not always there. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it'll still be,
yeah.
Gabriel's van is basically an entire studio apartment on wheels. Although my favorite thing that he's got over my van is that he can stand up in his. Right next door to Gabriel's van is the free tea van. They're hosting a tea party today. This guy drives around doing odd jobs as well, but I think I heard he lives on like $600 a year or something. I can't recall the full story, I just heard it in bits and pieces. But he just gives out the stuff that he's got in exchange for things like food and other things. Dumpster diving, vegan, that sort of stuff. So now let's take a walk down to Camp Hobotech, if I can find it. We get a behind-the-scenes look at their live stream. There were several big-time YouTubers streaming at the same time, so the collective internet signal around here was absolutely awful. We then had a few problems with the sound. I volunteered my lapel mic, though I think that made it even worse. If there's a few minutes of their stream where you can't hear anything, then that's probably my doing. My bad. Here's the first part of their Q&A. I'll put a link to the full live stream in the description.
Tom, what's your experience of this RTR event? What's been the most noticeable thing to you so far?
Well, you know, everybody's really friendly, and it's really cool meeting people. There's a lot of comments I've been getting over the months, and finally meeting a lot of these people face to face has been awesome. Everybody is like really friendly and cool. You know, I kind of expected a little more of a party environment, and it's actually not even that way. I mean, I know Bob said it's not a party, but you still have a younger crowd here who, you know, is into doing that, and you know, it's all good. It's a very good mix of people. There's all ages, of every type of people you can think of here, all different rigs. I really like driving around and checking out all the different rigs because everybody's got a unique setup. This is the place you want to go if you want to check out.
Sure.
Yeah, if you like haven't bought anything yet, you're just thinking about buying an RV or going on the road. You come to one of these, you could check out every make, model, color, shape, and size, and you might figure out. And then you can talk to the people. How do you like it? You know, do you have any problems, or do you think you do anything different? And a lot of times they're more than happy to talk to you about their rig.
Yeah.
And so I found that out. That you know, it's cool. This is great. I mean, I'm really glad we went out. You know, I went out of my way to show up for this. And you know, he drove all the way from Washington to come down for this, and you're having a good time too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's great seeing a bunch of people who are willing to throw caution to the wind and live for today and live to the fullest. So I guess we're going to start out here. For people considering making this lifestyle jump, throwing their hats over the fence, what would be your number one advice? Mentally, how do you prepare and get your mindset ready for this type of move? Because it's a big move. You know, you face a lot of criticism from a lot of people, and it's a completely different lifestyle. So what would be your advice to people seriously considering this, on how to get past that barrier of actually making it a reality?
Well, I'm going to say something very cliche. Just do it. You know, that was one of my things. I woke up one day and I says, okay, I need to make a decision. Am I going to stay in the big city, in the house, keep paying like all these like, you know, huge bills and being miserable, or am I going to just do this? And that was really, I just had to get up one day and make the decision. Okay, I'm going to do it. Now, you know, baby steps. What's the first thing I need to do? I need to figure out how am I going to get rid of all this junk that I have? You know, furniture, you know, music equipment. I had a whole music studio. I sold all my, you know, instruments and everything. Big screen projection, couches. I mean, a lot of you guys who saw my early videos, you saw, you know, I had a lot of junk. And I had cars and everything else. So it came down to just make a decision and just start parsing out, just start getting rid of stuff.
Right. I remember you telling me that in the beginning, one of the obstacles, one of the lead weights that was keeping you from moving forward was the amount of stuff that you had in your house. And what am I going to do with all this? Where do I even begin? Like that simple matter of logistics and lightening the load was like a big deal.
It was
to actually moving forward. I mean, for how boring or how practical or impractical that sounds, it was a big deal in getting the ball rolling, right?
It was very overwhelming. I mean, when I made the decision, I said, okay, wow, you know, I got all this stuff and I got cars and I got, you know, like, how am I going to get rid of it all? And I just started you know, started taking pictures and Craigslist and eBay, and I fortunately had a lot of friends that helped out, took a lot of stuff, like a lot of my furniture. A lot of it went to Salvation Army. I wound up just donating a lot of stuff, and that was really, you know, the easy part was saying, okay, I want to get rid of everything. The hard part was actually doing it, because if anybody who sold a lot of stuff on Craigslist and eBay, because I probably had 40 or 50 auctions on eBay. Anybody who's done any eBay work knows how much of a pain in the butt it is when you're trying to sell stuff. You know, it's almost like having a YouTube channel where you're constantly answering questions, and you're constantly, you know, people aren't satisfied, they want, you know, discount, all this other stuff. And so yeah, the hard part was just getting rid of the stuff. And it was like a giant monkey off my back. It was like King Kong left my back after I got rid of everything, and I could just say, hey, now I can look for, you know, places to live in the van, because I don't have all this junk.
Listening to Tom explain about getting rid of all his stuff reminds me of exactly my thought process. That was actually my first video, Embracing Minimalism and Getting Rid of All My Stuff. That was the title. It's getting late here. Let's head back to the van for some dinner. Here's one last behind the scenes of my van. It gets a little bit cluttered when I'm parked somewhere for the night. Things come unpacked and clothes lie around the floor. It's time to watch some TV to keep up my comedic senses.
Yeah, I did officer, I've done go-karts for thousands of hours. I've done hundreds of hours of go-karts, officer. I think I know what the I'm doing. Holy yeah, officer, I played Gran Turismo for basically 2,000 hours, and I also have logged hundreds of hours in go-karts, so I know what I'm doing. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, where the are you going? Holy oh, it's just like a video, cat.
Hey, if you've lasted throughout this whole video, then you will love to check out these other videos and follow me on all the other social media channels in the video description. Thank you for hanging out with me while we explore the RTR.